12 o'clock. All right, Danielle Dwyer's in Columbus. She's got an interesting story. Brock Mealer. Brock Mealer, I've known him a few years. He's been through such tough times. He's just done such a great job. What a great human being, inspiring just to talk to him.
Dan, that's exactly right. You kind of took the words out of my mouth there. There's a lot of Toledoans actually that have been walking up to me all morning just talking about how they're from Toledo and how excited they are to be here. So a lot of local Northwest Ohio folks down here. Now, we had Elliot on earlier with Jordan and Dane, and he was kind of talking about how it's ironic where he played given the way he was raised. And Brock kind of experienced the same thing. He graduated from Ohio State, but you'll see in my story how he developed a new love for Michigan.
It definitely was the hardest moment of my life to be coming out from surgery and being given this, dire news about my future and this dire news about my dad and Hollis that passed away in the accident.
Besides losing two loved ones, Brock Mealer found out he was paralyzed from the waist down and given just a 1% chance to ever walk again.
I held on to wanting to walk again as something that I could change involving the accident.
But that grim outlook didn't stop Brock. After his younger brother Elliot committed to play football at the University of Michigan, Brock, an Ohio State graduate, was also welcomed into the Wolverine family. Through the help and support of the strength and conditioning coaches, Brock was able to walk again. In 2010, he achieved his goal of leading the Maize and Blue out of the tunnel. And while it's a day he'll remember forever, it's what his coach, Mike Barwis, said beforehand that he'll never forget.
My strength coach, Mike Barwis, had said that every person in the stadium was going to be rooting for me. He said, 15 minutes after that, some people are going to be booing someone else and not cheering, but for you, like every single person watching is going to be supporting you. And so that's something that I've carried with me to this day.
That, along with his faith, are what's helping Brock continue on.
I've always just been curious what God had in store for me next, and he just never has ceased to amaze me time after time with the things that has come my way.
In 2012, he walked down the aisle at his wedding, leaving the Canes behind. And since then, he's putting his business degree from The Ohio State University to use, working as an operations manager at his family-owned concrete company.
Overcoming the impossible of trying to walk again really inspires me to set huge business-type goals.
And here we are nearly 9 years later, and Brock is continuing to prove the doctors wrong while gaining more opportunities to share his story.
I never could have even imagined at that time how they would all come about. And so now we're nearly 9 years since the accident, and it really is humbling, and it really is incredible to me to see how all those pieces came together and how my life is really shaped out to where I am today.
Earlier this year, Brock was invited to speak at the Republican National Convention.
I defied the odds, but I couldn't do it on my own.
He's working on writing a book and keeping busy with work and other speaking engagements. And although he's not at Michigan doing grueling, intense workouts every day, he's still getting to the gym, working his legs.
Do I have to always have these super intense workouts to stay where I am, or will I be able to, keep what I have? But anyway, I have been able to maintain that with a standard workout routine.
Each day working closer to being and beating that 1%.
When I do my workouts, a lot of times anytime I go up to Michigan, it's no canes, and I just walk without canes all the time. And so I know I can get to that next level, so I want to do that.
Quite an inspiring man. Now, he told me right when the accident happened, he had a goal of walking. He said if it took him 10 years, he was definitely going to walk again, and he clearly has definitely defied the odds, beat the 1%, and he said, like you heard in the story, he is that 1%, kind of gives him that extra boost, and he definitely beat the 10-year mark by a large margin as he was walking about 3 years after the accident there. So he said he has more lofty goals. He wants to speak some more, obviously, get better at walking, and eventually just be without out canes permanently. So, but we have plenty more coming up to get you ready from former players. Dane, I know, and Jordan have plenty more coming up. So for now, reporting live in Columbus, Danielle Dwyer, WTOL 11.
Great job, Danielle. Thank you. The T-shirt he was wearing, "Impossible is nothing."